Hello and welcome to my African safari. I say African safari because I have elephants upstairs, which explains why I've got the headphones on, so I don't have to be distracted every time I hear a thump. This video I've got 4 properties I'm looking at, and I'll give a brief intro to each one before each one, not after each one because that wouldn't be much of an intro. This first property didn't have too much going for it and was going to cost too much money to turn it into a rental. Well, I hear the elephants. Boom, 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 from the outside. This stucco job is something else, though.
It's
awful.
I think it's the painting. Oh, the stucco.
No, the stucco's awful.
You're right, it's bad.
It's like we got something here, we got something here, we got something up there.
Oh, the patches are so bad.
It's so bad.
Oh my God. Like, what is that?
That's really bad, that's what that is. I love the light falling off, too. Yeah, I noticed that with this one. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could scrape that down, fill it in, and then call it a day.
So you're right, there are elephants here. Oh, that's nice. I like it.
Damn it. That's a pencil. Well, what am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, look, Werther's.
These definitely won't have the plague. She has had some action today. 7? 6 or 7?
Off the card.
Yeah. These floors are so bad.
Oh, man.
These are supposed to click. They got them in backwards? What?
They butted them.
Oh no, that's another pencil.
Well, first off, they don't know how to lay LVP.
But yeah, I love the...
Sorry, click flooring.
They
have no understanding of how to lay it.
No.
0. Thermofoil.
Yep.
Yeah, right here. See?
Oh. So these got refinished. That's what this is. This is just a wrap. These aren't thermofoil, it's a wrap. Those doors were originally white.
That white?
Yeah. This is the original door color, and it just got wrapped. They had someone come in and just wrap it.
You might be right.
I'm 100% right. That's kind of interesting. Just goes straight down.
Downdraft. I have one of those furnaces in my rental. Well, this is probably in the
We got some crawl space under here.
So let's lift up that bad boy.
Whoa! We got a lot of crawl space in there. That's usable storage.
It's dead body storage.
Oh, this is way more than dead body storage. This is a lot of storage.
You almost need a friggin' ladder to get down there.
Yeah, you do.
It's already like...
They've clearly had some moisture buildup.
They got a rough in there.
That can't be a rough end.
What is it?
The only thing I can possibly think of would be for sump pump or clean out.
Why would you put a vapor barrier in here anyway? Why?
Because this is conditioned space. Because the furnace goes straight down.
You want it on the warm side of the... Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, you're the building technologist. Laundry. But did they clean their lint trap? They did.
Actually, the one you really should smell is the washer.
Yeah, but there's a reason I don't. I'm looking for perfume in the dryer. Oh.
I love those.
I hate those so much.
They're the best.
Those in I hate those are single switches that control both the light and the fan in a bathroom. That means that you can never be in a bathroom without the fan running. Regardless of what you're doing, even if you're just brushing your teeth, you've got that noise going all the time. This was an Airbnb? Because they got towels here.
Or it's just staged. Those towels have never been used.
What are you staging here? There's nothing else here.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying what I think they did. Actually, you know what's nice about this? Street parking.
Man, that is loud.
What is that?
That's the fan. We didn't turn the fan off. I mean, you could turn this into, I didn't notice this at the time, but the standing water on the lawn here is something that you don't want and would want to make sure has a plan in the condo documents for getting addressed. A patio.
Is it a townhouse?
It's listed as a townhouse.
Yes, it is a townhouse. A stacked townhouse?
I don't know. I think she's fishing for multiples, and she's gonna get them, and it's gonna go for a dumb amount, and there's not gonna be any meat on it. Like, it's not so bad, it needs a redo. The one comp we pulled was at 275, and she's at like 235.
So I did actually on the way ask her any offers. They said there are 2 so far.
Yeah.
But 1 is going to expire. My client is unable to review until tomorrow.
I mean, even if you do replace all of this nasty laminate,
So I deal with the cabinets. Do you?
I would want to see if you could just like straight up heat gun and reattach.
Just like reattach? That
Yeah.
would be an idea. I agree.
Quality hardware here, just the best.
It's not even like Accuride. It's like worse than Accuride. Yeah.
Yeah, these are the cheapest possible drawer slides you can get. Like, actually, not even joking, you can't get them any cheaper.
You know, it would have also been nice to have that extend a little further.
Just a bit more island. And not have the stupid, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
come
like,
on.
that's an easy fix, but you wouldn't want it to come out more than here without also extending this.
Yeah, but you could get away with a 24-inch cabinet and just have a little bit more.
Yeah, you could.
Totally get away with that. And this would be actually functional.
This one is one I'm actually taking possession of in just a couple of days, so stick around to the end of the section to find out how I got this for $12,000 below asking in this crazy Calgary market.
And how much? What was this one cash flowing again? Ish.
Well, let me show you. I built an app. So I can change the interest rate, the down payment, I can change it all. So
How'd you build that?
a friend started it and then I did the math behind it,
Oh, that's cool.
right?
I like that.
What's that smell?
Probably the mold that's right here. Is that mold? I don't know what that is.
Oh, we got a drippy faucet. Drip, 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 drip.
So the cabinet came here. They replaced it with this.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they were doing. They just laid the crappy sticky tiles down.
So that's a redo the bathroom.
Redo floors.
Yeah.
Closet doors are ish. I mean, I guess.
They're full height.
I
Yeah.
guess you could just paint them.
Ooh.
That's not my favorite.
Well, that's just, it doesn't open any
I
past
know.
this. Is that a bare 2x? These are bare 2x. No, these are trim. This is half thickness pine, 1x4 pine. That's a weird way to do it because 2 1x4s are more expensive than 1 2x4. You could reuse the actual doors, but you'd be redoing. The hinges suck, and because they're inset, they don't open fully. Someone did a lot of really bad DIY here. The window doesn't suck, and you got a bit of a view. There's no elephants.
Balcony usable.
Yeah, totally usable.
And it's not like directly on the highway. I don't hate this space. The fireplace is kind of.
We got some height here.
Well, I can see it. It's low over there. It's actually fairly low. It's a level here. It actually slopes this way. The low spots here.
You really feel it up here. You're going uphill.
Yeah. It's actually high at this corner.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be nice in this spot would be just
Get rid of that wall.
returned, and then have an eating bar here. I think having an eating bar, is there enough room? Could you bring out another foot? Be tight. Do a little chamfer or something, and then just bring it across.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight.
No, I'd say pull this back to here. Just open up your kitchen space a little bit more. The floors are a concern. It'll be a wood frame building, so I don't know how much you're gonna escape that. It's not the worst we've seen. This one will fix with just an adjustment.
You think so?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the thermofoil?
I mean, you could just peel it off and repaint it.
That's true, actually. These actually peel off nicely, and you can spray them.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
heat gun will take this right off. Yeah.
Well, you almost don't even need it. I didn't do that. It's not on camera.
That'll be edited.
Maybe.
Floors, appliances.
Maybe. If it's a rental,
Sure.
it's functional.
If it's a flipper, though, no.
No, this one I wasn't looking at for a flip. This one I was looking at, could you get it for cheap enough at 200, because it does need a pile of work,
Yeah.
and do a bit of work and then rent it. I could look at it as a flip, but I don't think there were other ones in this area that justify it being strictly a flip. You could also modify this built-in so it didn't suck as much. Like you just pull from here and these ones out and respray it, then you've got a reasonable size spot for a TV.
Yeah. Because, yeah, you're right. You only have to pull out. Or...
No, you get right to here.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, well, obviously.
Yeah.
But do you pull out this one, too?
No, this is good height. If you go back to your wall and you wall sit here, that is...
It's not a huge TV, though. It's big enough, but it's not huge.
Yeah. Oh, it's just falling out of the wall. I'm like, why did they install it so crooked? And it's just falling down there. I don't even mind that bit of a window in that one.
Are you able to find a new dishwasher that fits that?
Oh yeah, this is just a slim dishwasher. They still make those.
They do?
Oh yeah. And you've still got a bit of a filler piece here that you can shrink down. But I still wouldn't necessarily replace it. Like only if it doesn't work. What I would do is aim for like a darker color on the bottom to hide, blend in, whatever you want to call it, the black appliances. And then you do...
I think you do it all white.
Well, then maybe you do white on the top and give it that modern two-tone that everyone's doing.
I think in the kitchen you keep it simple. Do it white.
I mean, the only real difference there is changing the paint color when you're spraying.
No, I understand that. I'm not a big fan of the two-tone.
Yeah, but it's what's working. All the expensive properties are doing it. Every single expensive property is doing it. Every single one.
Island.
On the island for sure, and a lot of the times on the bases as well. But here you don't have the island, so you'd just be calling back to what people have seen in the expensive houses by putting it in the bases. No, they just need to be trimmed.
I think so. You can cut a nice straight edge on that, and then...
And then you're not binding. I mean, this is in the wrong spot. And that is super stiff. You can see how it's been like grinding the hinge.
They cut it.
These hinges are upside down.
They are.
Or at least that one is. That's an upside down door. They took this door, they cut it in half, and for some reason, they flipped it upside down. They also did that on the other closet as well.
Yeah, that one is.
On
both of them are upside down.
Both sides. They just got the middle one upside down.
That's funny. All the doors in here are just awful. It's like that gap.
So there's no magnet, you're just hoping it stays closed.
You know, I just wonder if you could grind on these guys.
In this market?
I know, but if there's no offers.
Yeah, if there's no offers, what do you go? Like 190 covers your whole renovation.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking it'd be like, my offer's 190.
And it would still be cash, it would still be conditional on condo docs. And it's all new trim, all new baseboard, new floors.
But then on this one, you would have the opportunity of renting it or flipping it.
I don't know if it would flip.
We have to run the numbers.
I don't think I've seen the comps for this one that say flip.
Again, I think it's all about the price point, though.
Well, it always is.
Yeah. But I mean, even if they came down to, let's say, 185, then there's got to be room here. Because these are still
Make
nice.
it your new tagline. My name is Sean. I state the obvious. It's all about the price point, man.
Well, the win is always on the buy, but
Ish. My last house was on the sell, and that was just due to market over 2 years, 3 years. I didn't get it for a steal at the time.
no.
No, it was the appreciation.
Yeah, it was appreciation of property, but even still at the time, it was still okay.
No, it wasn't bad at all. Like the only ones that are a little bit, what's going on? are these ones.
I think that's just an adjustment. This one either needs to go up or this one needs to come down.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, is on the right side, it's...
These are the same, this is low. And then these we need to come down a little bit.
Yeah.
Line up. I think as long as the bottoms are lined up, I think it's not going to be so bad.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. We got a little bit of cracking up here.
Plus that can go up and that can go up, and that solves all your problems.
Yeah, we got a little bit of cracking up here.
I mean, if you take that wall out, the only crappy part about that is you got to do the ceiling. That sucks.
Well, you're dealing with the ceiling here anyway, because it's got the paint.
Yeah, but you paint it.
Right.
Instead of trying to patch it.
Well, and like I said, hoppers are cheap.
I've just never seen good patching on stipple.
No, but when you're painting it, because you have to paint it anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We can try to give him a lower offer, see what happens. This property was originally listed at $220, and after they dropped their price by $20K to $200, that's when I came in to see it. We were talking in the video about offering in the 190s. Realtor needed some babysitting. We were talking about offering around 190 in the video, but when we got back and talked a little bit more, we thought let's come in at 185, aiming to end in like the 187.5, 188 range. So we came in at 185, and their realtor said that the seller was living in BC and she didn't really know the condition of the property, so he had to work on her a little bit because of how bad it was. After he worked on her a little bit, they came back at 190 compared to our 185, and we were actually already planning for something like that to happen. So he said, okay, we'll list at 188,888, and if you know anything about Calgary real estate investors and who are living in BC, you get a little bit of the cultural understanding of why that makes sense, and it worked. So we got it for 188, which is technically a little bit less than 12,000 under, but is close enough. Anything under list in this market is an absolute win, and I'm gonna do pretty good flipping this place. This next one was a crash course for me in condo doc review and what to absolutely avoid. Long story short, this condo building owed hundreds of thousands of dollars on the mortgage and had a negative reserve fund. So they were basically asking me to buy something in the range of like $20,000 worth of existing debt, and the condo docs couldn't show anything that explained what these shortfalls were for.
Hello. Here do a showing.
You know, you told me not to do tile at the doorway.
I agree. And that was the right choice.
Oof. All right, well, we got laundry. We got a rubby door. We got quartz countertops.
Granite.
Actually, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's definitely dated.
I mean, you could probably use a marker on the actual hardwood and touch it up.
Yeah, that's actual hardwood. Only one of the lights in here is
I've never really
working.
understood the ceiling texture, why they do it this way, but whatever. Like that dark ceiling knockdown,
Adds contrast.
I guess.
All right, why does this one get locked?
Why'd they drill into it? That sucks.
They put a lock on it. I did want to ask you what's going on with the extra stiles here.
That's just the choice. And
But why wouldn't they do it on all of them?
I don't know. Because there's two that didn't get them? I don't know.
Well, there's those two and there's these two.
Or these were replacement doors? I'm not sure. Or there wasn't enough room on the door to make it happen? I don't know.
The built-in desk is kind of interesting.
Well, they live here real light. Look at that, like, that's crazy.
You should see my fridge.
Later than that?
Oh yeah.
Later than that? There's nothing in there. Get some movement? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I can see it. I could feel it, but
Bouncy.
yeah, I can see it all the way out here. The windows are vinyl. They're not ancient.
No.
There's no view.
No.
What are we at on this one?
190?
Can you pull up the thing on yours? What's the square feet?
490.5.
491 taxes.
729 and 433.
433. And then rent expected on this one was 1,600. So you're still cash flowing 300 plus. And if they've missed out twice at 190, you could throw them a 180, see what happens.
This is a fun thing. I like that.
Oh yeah.
So the question is, why did it go pending twice? Because like, there's not a whole lot that needs to be done here.
There's nothing that needs to be done if this tenant is happy and wants to stay.
I mean, that backsplash kind of sucks.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm getting picky, and this is weird.
well, it's a kid's thing. You can see by the shoes, he or she has kids here. I mean, if these guys are paying 1,500 plus a month, then it's just get it in cash flow, easy breezy.
They're paying 1,600 a month.
Okay, well there you go. You're raking 300 plus. Did you find out about the last one? Are we getting in?
That's not till Thursday.
That's Thursday?
Thursday is the earliest.
No way.
Earliest, yeah. And the reason is,
No, that's Wednesday. Showing requested. Yeah.
no.
Wednesday.
No.
3/13 Wednesday.
You need to listen.
I need to read. Appointment required. So okay, this is you didn't send me that.
I know.
I'm looking at the one that you
I know,
sent me.
but that's still
and it
tomorrow
says
anyway.
Wednesday.
But now it's Thursday. So when I talked to him, he said that he does not have keys nor access to keys, and so this rental pool manager Jasmine is going to show up and let you in.
That's very strange.
Showing canceled.
Whoa. Okay, so that's not attached. That's kind of fun. You could put that on wheels and scoot it around.
That is actually kind of cool.
A little bit surprising.
I didn't feel cool when I
Dude,
moved it.
I want to turn it.
Just leave it.
We didn't turn it. I really wanted to. Just to like full 180, see if they would notice. You would never know if they would notice. They would probably notice, but we didn't. The last one for today is actually a penthouse. It's listed as a penthouse, so I call it a penthouse. I actually offered on this one, got the offer accepted, was like this close to sealing it up, but because of a restriction on the minimum square footage that my lender has, I actually couldn't get it. They won't write a rental offset mortgage for anything under 600 square feet, and almost no one will touch as any sort of rental at all, anything under 500 square feet, and this one is 450 square feet. I really liked it. It was top floor. It had a nice gym. It was gonna be quiet. Everything about it was great, except it had no parking. I just couldn't get it because I didn't know about the restriction. Shorter hallway than I'd expect. But I guess we're not 9-foot ceilings in the unit.
No, it's only 8.
What kind of penthouse only has an 8-foot ceiling?
It's not a penthouse.
He calls it a penthouse. He calls it a penthouse. So you think they were Airbnb-ing?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's not a bad view.
It doesn't suck.
You actually have pretty wicked fireworks to use from here.
Fireworks over that way, isn't it? Over there? Saddlebone?
Saddlebone. Stampede.
Oof. That's IKEA, that bed.
In fact, it's the same bed I have, except I have it in Malm.
Isn't that the mom?
Oh, whatever, the wood, the yellowy kind of wood.
Oh, yeah, same bed, different color.
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty new.
That's kind of crusty, but little CLR will deal with that.
I mean, that's whatever.
Is it just me, or am I feeling a little bit tippy?
I mean, maybe a little bit right here, yeah.
Yeah.
Into the bathroom. Yeah, it
Oh, yeah, that comes down a bunch.
I should just bring like a ball.
So, no in-suite laundry. What the actual?
pretty tight.
Still. Like, you know, you got room for your TV here. I don't mind it as a daybed sort of thing. You get more views. You might get mountains that way.
No, mountains are that way. This is east.
You're east. You go far enough that way, you get mountains.
I mean, you go far enough that way, you get mountains. Where? Apple?
Laurentians. This is IKEA too.
Yes.
So, what the heck? No laundry.
So you have to go downstairs to laundry? That sucks.
That changes the rental situation for sure.
Because there's really not a lot of space to put laundry here.
Your only spot would be here. Like, you could definitely put a machine under there. Oh, hey, look at that. Hey, soft close. Nice. Okay. You don't like it. You think it's too small.
I'm trying to... I love the windows. I love the windows.
That chandelier is kind of something, huh?
Yeah, you gotta change that. Where do you put your TV?
Right here. You block the windows a little bit.
Couch is on this side, TV here maybe? I don't know.
No, couch here. So you can sit, you can watch TV, you can have your morning coffee, whatever, with the sunrise or the sunset, whichever way that is.
East.
All right, sunrise. Sunrise is in the east, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so you get sunrise out of your window.
That's the first thing you've been writing about the whole time we've been in here.
Wow. Hey, I found the laundry.
That's not being right about anything.
You know what? If there is sunrise out that way, they should have gotten a picture of that, because that would have been wow. How's the bedroom? So this is freestanding here.
No worries. Tell me, I'm just gonna show him that my client is pretty forgiving.
You know, like, this is not a bad amount of walking space, and you still get a queen in here.
Yes, I agree. The bedroom never concerned me. It's this space. Is this acceptable? Or is this thing just too big?
That's a little bit too big. You know, normal couch is gonna come to here, but that's because this is daybed, right?
So if I'm watching TV, my couch is gonna sit here. I guess
It's fine.
it's okay.
It's still a small unit,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's cute though.
It is cute. You do get views. It's a little bit rough with the Tims and the homeless,
Yeah.
to be sure,
Yeah.
but it's a rental.
Do you think that the no parking is gonna be an issue though?
I'll double check. There are other units in the building available. They're all furnished, but they're asking like $2,500.
Cause so this they've been using as an Airbnb.
Yeah, and they're not getting what they want out of it.
No, but because I don't think if they had parking, they'd get what they wanted.
Yeah, but nothing else in the building is going to have parking. So,
No disagreement.
so
I'm saying
if
for
other things are
Airbnb.
pulling $2,500,
Sure, I'm taking for the Airbnb.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't be Airbnb.
I understand that.
Okay.
So if you're renting it out but I think your situation is a little different, not extremely different, but different. So if you're looking at a rental or you're pulling, if again, other stuff's pulling 25.
They're asking for it, and it's furnished. And I don't know from a renter's point of view if furnished is better,
Well, furnished pulls more money.
or is it more inconvenient because you either have to store what you have or get rid of it.
Yeah, furnished is gonna pull more. So I would consider.
But I mean, even if you furnish this, okay, there's a daybed, there's a table, there's a chair, and a bed in there.
Oh, it's like
your furnishing is $2,000 tops, and it's all IKEA, right? So whatever.
I mean, you could even ask them to leave all their crap if you wanted.
You could ask for that to be included.
Because I mean, this is what are they going to use this stuff for anyway? It's not. They
Yeah.
bought it specifically for this.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's probably maybe $5,000 worth of furniture in here.
No,
I'm just saying tops.
no, way less. 2 tops.
You too?
I don't know how much this thing is, but this is 200, 250 maybe, the mom bed is maybe 300 or 400. So like you got maybe another couple of $100 in a mattress, and then whatever this thing costs, and this and the closet in there. Yeah. So this is your pull it out day bed.
Yeah, and this is how they get away with renting this, because they say you can sleep additionally.
Yeah. But honestly, I'd be like, try to sell this on Kijiji and just put a regular couch in.
I agree.
And a cheap TV.
Don't want that.
Because it's like, it's one of those, you sit down and then you scoot and then you scoot and then you scoot and now you can lean a bit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I feel like I'm 6 again. This is fun.
You do.
And at the same time, your feet are not resting on anything.
Yeah.
So you get the hanging feeling.
Yeah, I know it's weird. I wouldn't keep it. Is there a gas barbecue out here?
No. N3 condo. I have no idea what that is.
You know, I'm not necessarily like scared of heights, but like low heights like this, I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm better with this than when I was at the Telus building. I was way higher up at the Telus building. I think we throw these guys like a 130 and say leave the furniture and see what they say, or a 230.
130, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
If I put a 130 offer and they like rate it back, I'll be like, oh, I missed the name.
Outro time, and because I haven't made a video in a few weeks, I actually have a few questions to answer. Tridenter asks on my how to insulate my attic hatch video, I'm curious about the top level of the foam. Are you going to cover it with something fire retardant? I didn't, but if you're looking for fire rating, you could cover the bottom of the plywood with 5/8 inch thick drywall. My concerns for fire rating on this particular portion were very small because all the rest of the attic, all around it, is filled with blown in fire retardant insulation already. There's nothing in the attic hatch that could start a fire. So if a fire has started in a different part of the attic, and like when does a fire start in an attic anyway? By the time it travels to that center point where the attic hatch was, it's been going for quite a while already. Now you could theorize that because the plywood and the insulation are combustible for the attic hatch, that if that were to burn through, then you would have a situation where you would be bringing fresh air up into the attic and making the fire worse. My response to that is, again, by the time it gets there, it's been going for a while already, and 3/4 inch plywood, while still combustible, takes a long time to burn to the point where it's actually got a hole put through it to let air in. Yes, it'll burn, but it's gonna take time. JD4968 says on How to Lift a Garage Part 3 video, I am using 6 tools in the same time. By the way, the saw is more powerful with a true HD battery. I would love to see what job you're doing where you're using 6 tools and swapping between them on the regular. Because when I rebuilt my house after the attic fire, I never ran into that situation even once. So please tell me in the comments, what do you do that you use 6 battery operated tools at the same time? Bilk7777 asks on How to Lift a Garage Part 4 video, was the primary failure due to the wind blowing it off your brick supports, or did the LVLs fail? If the LVLs failed, could you have avoided that by placing your brick supports closer to the walls? You have 6 feet of the beam cantilever to the wall, creating a high stress where the beam is contacting the brick. Sorry for all the lost work. Thank you for your apologies about my lost work. I blame you entirely. I think this was primarily a wind issue because it was fine up until we got the ridiculously windy day. If I had expected that to be a thing, I would have put vertical 2x4s where the beams cross to help provide some lateral support to keep them from tipping. As for putting supports closer to the wall, as I have written out here and have prepared my answer, the concrete guys, who eventually didn't do the work in the right order anyway, said that they needed a certain amount of minimum space between where the support posts were and the edge of the garage so that they could install the cribbing. Which was ironic, I wrote, because when it fell and I sued them for their part in that, they said that I should have put point load posts underneath each of the corners of the garage. I asked them, how do you put a point load post all the way to the ground under the corner when that's where you have to put your cribbing in and pour your concrete? And they, strangely enough, had no answer to that. DeFrizzle asks, on my most unlevel floors ever video, are buildings in the city inspected on a regular basis, like an engineering inspection, and not just for codes? No. Nothing is ever re-inspected in the city, I wrote here, unless renovation is taking place or someone has filed a health complaint with Alberta Health Services. Also, in that video, you can tell that the building hadn't actually settled because there was no damage to the drywall at all. This was built this way with those unlevel floors, and the drywall was installed that way. There was no evidence of cracking as there was in the video where I was in the top floor corner unit of the one big building. So this was just how it was built. Now, that said, condo boards are supposed to get reserve fund studies. Condo boards are supposed to get reserve fund studies done on all the issues about the property. So they go over things like how good is the carpet in the common areas and how long is it good for? What's the structural situation like with the foundation? Is there post-tension cables? And if there is, how good are those? And they go through all the issues of things that might need maintenance and give you an expected budget of what that maintenance should be and when that should be. Even if it's like 10 years out, they say you've got 10 years left on the life of the whatever, and then you should be expecting to budget for that when the time comes up. But because this is a wood frame building, people aren't pulling up chunks of floor or pulling down parts of ceilings to look at the structure that was doing the really warpy floor for this one. So kind of, yes, people do get inspections, but they're never done by the city. And for wood frame buildings, they're never ever going to be looking at how unlevel is a floor. If you have questions about this video or any other video that I've done in the past, I have the link in the description to the Discord channel that is set aside entirely for these questions. Put them in there and I'll answer them in a future video and link back to you when those answers are posted.